Well, hello everybody. We've got another time with Gramps, and tonight's interview is going to be with Darrell Cheeks from the Philippines. He's a missionary in the Philippines. So I've just put the link in for Darrell to get onto, hopefully, and he should be here in a few seconds. I am hoping when he comes on. So Darrell, if you are about, could you just click on the link in the chat on the YouTube chat window? I know I'm up against quite a few here, so I just don't know where he is. I've been trying to. Hello, Clearjoy 1971. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm waiting to see where Darrell is. I'm just texting him. Darrell, it's on my YouTube channel. Because he doesn't know how to do it. So I'm just sending him a text via Hangouts. See if he can get in. Otherwise, because I don't know any other way. I've sent him quite a few invites and he still hasn't come on to the live stream yet. So I can put it in the chat as well. So then he might be able to get into it that way. So I hope you all had a look at the interview that I had last night with Eclectic Allure from Argentina. I've got 5 viewers in here, which because I haven't got Darrell, and I was really looking forward to interviewing Darrell tonight, because I've been following his channel for must be nearly 2 years now. As I say, he's in the Philippines, so let's hope we can get him on here before too long. But still haven't seen him. He still hasn't clicked on the link, and I've left the link in, and I've got 6 viewers. So I just don't know where he is. Channel Eaglevp, and he still hasn't come in. Where are you, sir? So what have you all been up to? Darrell, just click on the link at the top where it says Eaglevp. Yeah, if he don't come on, then Chris, I'll get you on here. Oh, you're there now, Darrell. Good. I can take that.
How about that?
The link now. So, how are you? Darrell, just click on the link at the top.
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm here now.
You're here now.
Yeah.
Come on, you sound a bit loud. I'll get you on here. Oh, you're there now, Darrell. Good. I can take that.
How about that?
The link now. So, how are you?
Doing good. Yeah, it's early here.
Sound on the YouTube channel, so if you can turn that down, and then we don't get any feedback. You're here now. Come on, man. Hello, okay. Alex. Everyday Visuals. So, can you hear me all right, Darrell?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. I can hear you now. Yeah. So, Darrell, could you tell us a little bit about yourself? How long you've been in the Philippines doing the missionary work?
Yes, sir. I committed to come here for 2 years, and then that was in 2011. So I'm still here. I'm going on my 7th year. And somewhere else.
Yeah, your internet's very, very, very bad. And you're frozen. We can't hear you. So, don't look like we're going to get this interview done, does it, Darrell? He said, with it being in the Philippines, it's not a very good internet. That's why they're 8 hours in front of us here in the UK. Darrell did say that the best time to come on is between 2 and 5 o'clock in the Philippines, because normally the internet connection works well. So at the moment, I seem to have lost Darrell. He's frozen. Can't hear him at all. Are you still there, Darrell? So I do apologise for this. So I don't know what to do now. That's the beauty of the internet, isn't it? Hello, Paul. 007 Vauxhall. Nice. Have you decided when you're going to come in on my interviews, then, Paul? Just seeing if Darrell does come back at all. It don't look like he is. So, because I watched the hot and spicy again. I always do, but I've been trying to catch up on a lot of my other videos, Paul. So I do apologise for not getting back to you. Yeah, don't worry, Alex. It's just one of these things, isn't it? Just give him a few more minutes, see if he can get back on. So, Darrell, you got it sorted out? No, he hasn't still got it sorted out. Big problem, the internet in the Philippines. He's gone again. So, see if he comes back. Shall we? So I better put the link in again, see if you can get back on again. So I put the link back in for you, Darrell, if you get it working. If you don't, I will get somebody else in here. Yeah, that's the only problem, isn't it? If you end it and then you've got to restart it by starting the broadcast, setting it all up again, Alex. That's the only problem. So we'll see if he gets back. If not, I will have to get who wants to come in. Do you want to come in, Alex? Then I'll interview you on this evening. Or if not, I've got Pegasus Drone Media, who I can come back to. Hello, Anna. Sorry about this, but the internet in the Philippines isn't that good. So by the looks of it, I've lost him. So I'm just going to remove that link again so I don't get anybody in that I don't want in. So just got in from where, mate. Okay, then. So Chris of Drone Media, Pegasus Drone Media, do you want to come in and I will do an interview with you? Just say yes or no. That's all right, Rob. It's to get on there, you know, so that's why I take it down. So if you want to come in, Pegasus Drone Media, and have a chat, because by the looks of it, I've lost Darrell because he hasn't come back on. Oh, he's back. So I put the link in again, Darrell. Hopefully this time we'll get it sorted. Hello again, Darrell.
Okay, Keith.
On this time. Say something because I can't hear you yet.
We'll get it sorted.
Okay, now?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't hear any feedback. You're still low, though. The microphone isn't that loud.
Okay, I'll try to talk a little louder. Oh, wait. Unmute. How about that?
You're still quiet, but yeah, it'll do, hopefully. So, Darrell, can you tell us a bit about your missionary work in the Philippines then?
Yes, sir. We currently we serve 10,400 meals per month. And then me and my wife are national directors for Samaritan's Feet Philippines, where we give away thousands of pairs of shoes every month, or excuse me, every year, probably 4,000 this year. And then we provide school supplies, hygiene packs. I do discipleship training where I teach. There are parts of this island that I cannot go to because it's too dangerous. We have what they call the MPA here, New People's Army.
Yeah.
And they want to get us. You know, they want to get us and hold us for hostage, to get ransom money. But they know that America doesn't pay ransom. So if they get me, they just kill you. So with that being said, what I do is train the locals to go into those parts that I can't go into.
Yeah.
And that way the gospel can be taken into there. And then Keith, let me just stop for a second and say this as man, if I say anything that brings glory or honor to me and my family, I apologize up front. This is all about what God's doing.
Yeah, that's really brilliant. You know, because how long have you been doing this then, Darrell?
I've been here since 2011.
Yeah.
I committed for 2 years to come to the Philippines, and I was going to go back to the States and, you know, get my job back. But God had different plans. You know, they say if you want to make God laugh, just tell him your plans because he's going to change them. But, you know, I absolutely love it here. It's my home. I love these people. I got married since I come here. I now have 3 kids. I was divorced for like 20 years, planning on staying single, but God brought a beautiful Filipino woman into my life, and I got to see her. How I met her was she was working for me. Here, you still wash clothes by hand, and you know, so I couldn't wash clothes because it takes all day. So I wouldn't be able to do any mission work. So I hired this girl for $3 a day to wash my clothes, and we became best friends. And some elders from my church come here and said, "Hey, you should marry her." And I said, No, we're good friends. But we prayed about it, and we both decided it was probably God's will. And so I got 3 beautiful children with the package, and it's just a blessing. I just love it here. You know, there's lots of things I miss. Lots of things I miss, like taking a hot shower. You know, we still take a shower with a pail and a bucket, and flushing a toilet. You have to flush it with a bucket, and then, you know, it's just normal. I live with roaches, ants, and lizards. The lizards aren't bad because they eat the mosquitoes, but lately our house has become infested with rats.
Yeah.
So I'm killing about 2 rats a day. So I'm just praying that they don't bite my wife or kids, you know, because you can get rabies by that. But other than that, I love it here. I'm not complaining. Yeah. I'm still happy. It's just different, you know.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it must be a lovely way of life, you know. Back to, you know, I mean, I've watched a lot of your videos where you've got to go and get the tools, hand them on to the vehicle, hand them off. There's no machinery there at all, is there?
No, sir. Everything is done manually. Matter of fact, we have a building project going on now where we'll feed 300 kids every day there. It's in a poor fishing village. And then we'll give free coffee to the fishermen. But even the concrete, they mix everything by hand. Everything is manual, you know, but it's very cheap. also. I pay the laborers $3 a day, so very inexpensive.
Yeah, and does that come out of the church funds then, or do you have to pay them out of your own pocket?
We just get donation. We have supporters from American churches that support us, so it's all kind of in one big fund that we just, we pay them. We're allowed to do what my mission agency allows me to do, what God's called us to do with the funds. I have to be accountable for my funds, and I'm accountable to my elders. I Skype with them periodically, but we pretty much got free reign to just do what God's called us to do, which I love.
Yeah. So, what other future projects have your church got in mind for you in the Philippines then?
Well, we have 2 teams coming here this year for Samaritan's Feet. We call it the World Teams. The first team in May will be from all over the world. It's usually about 8 or 10 people, but there's some from Abu Dhabi, from Ukraine, from America. And then in June, we have a team coming from Hong Kong. We'll do shoe distributions that whole week. But here's the thing, Keith, we don't just give them shoes. What we do is we wash their feet, and then we pray with the kids. We give them a pair of shoes, and then at the end, we share the gospel. We do it that way because if we share the gospel first, they think they have to accept Jesus to get the shoes. And we don't want it to be. We want it to be genuine,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's a very humbling ministry. It will, when you wash, you have an American washing a Hmong. That's the tribe that we serve. Their feet, they're just blown away. And there's times, Keith, I see so much poverty every day that I'm almost numb to it. And I don't like that. I don't like that, but there are times during those feet washings that I have to walk away and just compose myself because the kids' feet are in such bad shape, and they're malnutrition, and sometimes it just gets me. And I know God is sovereign, and I have full faith in Him. When I get to heaven, though, I'm gonna ask God, why did you allow me to be born in America, where I have everything I need and mostly everything I want? And then these beautiful kids be born in extreme poverty. I would have gladly took their place.
Yeah.
But God is God and I'm not, so I trust Him.
Yeah. I'm just going to say hello to Pixie's channel, Alan Oxendine, Grand Adan, Anna Rammel, Steve's Vlogs, Gamer Brother. Appreciate you all being in here on the live interview with Darrell Cheeks. I've put his channel link up onto the chat. So if you'd like to go over and support Darrell and his channel, puts up some regular videos of what they're doing in the Philippines, his ministry and everything. And hello, Jeanette Pickering. Anna Rammel says, God loves us all so much that He gives everyone free will. Up to you what you believe. Still love you, Gamer Brother.
Amen.
Foundation Aerials in, that's Brian. Welcome. So carry on with your story then, Darrell, because I'm enjoying this.
Well, right now, today, I'll leave here in about 20 minutes. I apologize, I have to go, but we are in the process of training the PNP. That's the Philippine National Police. We started yesterday with the Coast Guard, and we've seen 5 people come to know Christ. But we're just going to, policemen face a lot of trials every day. I mean, they get low pay, and they're affected, and it affects their families. So what we're doing now is teaching them how to deal with that through biblical solutions. So that's where we're at today. And of course, we have the feeding sites go on every day. We, as I mentioned before, we serve 10,400 meals every month. But obviously, we can't be there to do it. So my wife has gone into these villages and taught the local women how to cook the food. And what we do is we serve it at school, at the elementary school, the Hmong Elementary School. That way the kids will come back to school. Because lots of times, I mean, we're not we're not serving them a replacement meal. If we don't feed, they don't eat. So we want them to get an education. And then also we have people from America that sponsor the Hmong young children to go to high school. There will be an elementary school in every village, but the Hmong youngs, they don't have to walk an hour and a half to get to school, high school.
Yeah.
And then they're berated by the regular Filipinos. Oh, they're picked on because they're darker skin, they got curly hair. So a lot of the kids don't want to go to school, but there are some that want to go, even though they have all this hardship of walking 3 hours or hour and a half one way. Then they're going to be picked on. But we have for $400 a year, we can sponsor a child to go to school, and the kids that we sponsor are top in their class, and they don't miss a day. Even if it's pouring rain, and they're going to walk through mud to get to school. And but it will change their life, Keith. If they can finish high school, they can go get a job being a caretaker or a house cleaner, and then they'll take that money and send it back to the village. So their parents can have a meal every single day. So
yeah, it must be ever so faith strengthening to see the work that you're doing on a daily basis.
Yeah, I tell you, I have to pray every morning for God to give me strength. I mean, I can't do it without him. It's there again, like I mentioned, I see so much poverty that I'm almost numb to it, and I really don't like that. I pray that God tenderizes my heart, so I can. But I have to be led. I mean, I have to be led by the Spirit also, Keith, because there's so much need here that we can't help everybody. You know? I mean, there's 100 million people in the Philippines, and 80% of them probably live on $1.50 a day, $1.50 a day. So we just have to be led, and where God leads us and opens the doors, that's where we go do the ministry. But I mean, I walk right outside of my door, Keith, when I leave here in 15 minutes and see poor children, just malnutrition, extreme poverty.
And yet you look, a third of the world has too much, 2/3 of the world has nothing, as you say, And I mean, but the videos that you put up, the people seem to be enjoying life still.
They are the happiest people. They're always ranked as the top 5 happiest people in the world, even they have nothing. And they're very, very family focused. Family comes first. I'll give you an example. Friends and family come first. I mean, it's not uncommon that you see 3 generations living in one house. It's not like America and other developed countries where at 18 you go away to college, then you get your own house. Mostly they don't leave, so you'll have the grandmother, the mother, and the grandchildren all living in one house. I forgot where I was going with this. But family and friends is absolutely my wife now. She had the opportunity to go to Singapore before we got married to work, and she's going to have a great salary.
Yeah.
She lasted 2 months because she missed her kids so much. She said, I would rather be poor in the Philippines with my kids than have money and be in Singapore, And then this is a story just happened recently. They have call centers here where Filipinos answer to, call centers. People from all over the world call because they're good at speaking English. One guy I know that goes to our church, he was making a month, which is for a Filipino. That's let me see. I'll tell you how much that is. That is $100 a month, US dollars.
Yeah.
Well, his friends that he was working with in the call center decided that they were going to go to another call center because it was closer to their house, so they can spend more time with their money. But their pay was going to be cut in half. Yeah. So they left and went in that company, and all the other friends left and the company too to go be with their friends, to work with their friends. So that's their mentality.
Yeah.
It's-
So what is the average cost of living over in the Philippines then?
For me, I spend about $2,000 a month, but I live like a king. I mean, I've got an air conditioning here. I've got 3 bedrooms. We eat food is very, very cheap and it's very fresh. And if you come here, man, I invite everybody to come here. You come here, you're gonna lose weight. I came here in the first 6 months, I lost 40 pounds and never gained it back because you're eating everything fresh fish, fresh vegetables. You're walking more, so it's a healthier way of lifestyle. But I thought, Keith, when I came here, I was going to teach the Filipino people so much, but they taught me how to live and what's really important in life. And it's not things, it's your relationships with people.
Yeah,
and how you
fully agree on that point with you, Darrell.
In America, it's all about me. How much more money can I make? How much, time is gold. We're always busy working. I was able to take my wife to America last year for the first time. Yeah. And everybody kept asking Christina, says, what do you think about America? And she would always say, I can't believe how blessed it is. And I can't believe how wasteful the people are here. Otherwise, I mean, if you got a plate of food, they'll eat a quarter of it and throw it away. Here, you don't do that. One other thing, we were in McDonald's in America, and the portions there are so big, we just can't eat it all, me and my wife.
Yeah.
So Christina says, okay, let's go outside and find a kid to give it to. Well, here, you can walk outside and there's 100 kids out there that you can give it to. In America, there's no poor, we couldn't find anybody to give it to.
Yeah. I can understand that, but even a country like the States or here in the UK, we've got our homeless problem and it is growing. The poor are growing because there's a lot of food banks now in the UK, like there are in many parts of the world, really, because as you've said on here, that people's they want instead of leading a simple life.
Yes.
And life is about relationships, about friendships, about loving each other. And with you going out there in the ministry, you found that, and there's not many people can find that.
And I'll say, in America we have homeless people too, but I'll say this, and I'm not being insensitive, but 90% of the homeless in America are either alcoholics or drug addicts. It's by choice.
Yeah.
Now I know there are some mentally ill people, they get off their medicine, and my heart bleeds for them. But in America, we have safety blankets. I don't know how it feels to go 3 days without food. I've never experienced that. My wife has. My wife came from extreme poverty. In America, you can eat. You can find somewhere to eat, and you can find somewhere to sleep. So, but here there's no safety blanket like that.
Yeah, I agree. So how many hours a day then do you put into the ministry then, Darrell?
I wake up usually about 2 a.m. here because the internet's good, and from that time until about 5:30, I'm doing paperwork.
Yeah.
A lot of reports we have to do for the shoe distribution, for the food. We have to be accountable for all that. Then after that, the sun comes up here about 5:30.
Yeah.
And we'll start working until about lunchtime, because after that you're done. The heat is too intense. I mean, it will. You'll have a heat stroke here. So after lunch, I'm usually going to bed. So because our bodies just can't take the heat. I mean, it's dangerous and real dangerous for us.
Yeah, and that's why I wondered, when you text me and said, or you YouTube me and said that between 2 and 5 in the morning, I thought, is Darrell going to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning? You know, that's why I kept it till later on. I mean, if I'd have known you was definitely going to be up at 2, I'd have started this interview 3 hours earlier.
Yeah. That's my daily routine. It's and then I have to, you know, I need to honor my mother. She's getting old, and I mean, she don't see me in the videos for at least every other day. You know, she worries, so I have to honor her and chat with her when the internet's good. But it's good for me because everybody's asleep. I got peace of mind. I can do my Bible study early in the morning, and then work on all the reports, and then, you know, as the sun comes up, we get at it. Yeah.
Well, they're still chatting in the window. It's still got Pixies, ADMR 1985. Alan's still in. P-Baz
Awesome.
Barrett's still in. Paul, gotta go. Take care and hope to chat again soon. Okay, Andy, bye for now. So, you know, got 16 watching this again, and I don't usually do 2 interviews one after the other, because last night I was on to a young lady who lives in Buenos Aires in Argentina, but because I wanted to get this interview with you sorted, you know, because this is the one I've been looking forward to, you know. If you don't mind me asking, Darrell, how many subscribers have you got to your channel?
I really don't even notice. I think it's like 200.
Yeah,
it's not very many. You know, I don't do it for, you know, I don't even, what do they call that? Monetize or
but monetization? Yeah, no, most of us don't. Us small YouTubers. I mean, it's like these interviews. I do these because I'm interested in the people who I subscribe to, and hopefully you'll get a few more subscribers from this chat, and hope that you'll go back and support their channels as well.
Absolutely. I love watching other people from around the world. Love to see your drones and Alan's drone.
So that's the thing. Are there many drones in where you live in the Philippines?
No, sir. They can't afford those. You know. Now there may be some rich Filipinos in Manila, but on this island, I mean, they are waking up wondering how they're going to eat today. You know? So they'll go out there, and some of them will pick up, try to go through the trash dump and try to get stuff out where they can sell it at the junk shop. But no, there's no drones here.
So whereabouts in the Philippines do you actually live?
I live on the island of Mindoro. It's spelled Mindoro. And this island has more children die every year from malnutrition than any other island in the Philippines. That's why we chose to live here.
Yeah.
There's another island where more people die, but this island is where all the children die because just no food. So
yeah. And how far is that away from Manila then?
I am, you would have to drive 2 hours, and then if you take your vehicle, you'd have to take 2 hours on the boat.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a vehicle, the boat ride is like 45 minutes. Yeah. So it's relatively close. There's a lot of things we can't get on this island that we have to go to Manila for. So, but it's expensive to take your vehicle on the boat. You know, it's $100 one way. So
yeah,
we try to schedule them, you know, where, you know, we can get the most bang for our buck when we have to go to Manila.
Yeah. So I see you building. But what is it? A church you're building, or just a house for somebody? And that you have to pinch and scrape to get the bamboo and things like that together.
Yeah, it's going to be a multi-purpose building. We have a kitchen, and then we have a big window, and that's where we'll hand the free coffee out to the fishermen. Then we have one room that will be where we live.
Yeah, the internet's playing up now again.
You know, let's sleep on, you know, there, and my kid, And then we'll have another wide open space. That's where we'll feed the 300 children every day. And then on Sunday, we'll have church service there also for the fishing village.
Yeah.
But real poor fishing village, extremely poor. And hopefully one day, if God provides, we'll build us a house that we can live in. But we'll be, it's okay,
yeah,
you know, for the building, you know, it's not about us and our comfort, you know, Keith. It's about us. It's about us serving those people. So
yeah,
I learned to be content wherever God has us.
Oh, good. You know, I mean, you know, I think you're doing a remarkable job over there, you know, and I mean, when I first got to meet you on with Rich Cove and Tony Green, you were saying that you were only out there for 2 years, like you mentioned, and you've been out there now, what, nearly 7 years, isn't it?
Yes, going on 7. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So,
I love it.
You know, so you've got no plans at all then of going back to the States with the wife and family. You've made the Philippines your own now.
Well, this is my home, but we have to go back periodically. Matter of fact, my brother is flying me and my wife home in February. But we'll come back here in March because my nephew's getting married. So, and then we have to go back every 2 years just to update the church and our supporters and that kind of stuff. So if you stay away too long, people tend to forget about you. So
yeah,
you need to go back and give them updates. So we schedule that every 2 years, but other than that, yeah, we're this is home.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Well, so when you go back, how long do you go back to the States for then?
Typically 3 months.
Yeah.
And then, Lord willing, when we go back in 2019, that we can take our kids with us. My oldest brother's offered to pay those plane tickets too. So
yeah,
summertime here, school gets out here in March, April, May, and then they start back in June. So
yeah.
we'll go back for, you know.
Oh, so that's good then. So let's see what else. I'm just thinking about the type of questions that I can ask. So what got you into doing the ministry work then? Because I don't know what you did before that.
Yeah, I was a drug addict I was a cocaine addict for 20 years. I had a great job. But I wound up getting really hooked on cocaine and I lost everything. And I had been up for 3 days on a cocaine high and I was in my bedroom and people had been telling me about Jesus. And, you know, my mother and grandmother took me to church when I was a little boy, but I just ran away from it. And, you know, people have been telling me about Jesus and I just cuss them and tell them I don't need their God and all this. But I'd been up for 3 days on a cocaine high and I just fell on my knees. I was by myself in a room and I just said something real quick. I said, Jesus, if you're real, I surrender.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep. You know, I fell asleep. And then I woke up next morning. I'm looking for my pipe so I can smoke my cocaine.
Yeah.
So I find my cocaine and I go to light it and I immediately get sick, which is that's not normal.
Yeah.
You know, it usually makes you feel better. But then, so I said, well, I gotta get something to make me feel better. So I went to the store and bought a beer and I put it to my mouth and immediately got sick again. So long story short, God cured me of drugs and alcohol just like that. Now cigarettes took another 6 months, but you know, but previously to that, I had bought a ticket to come to the Philippines to go scuba diving with some buddies. We were going to go down to the middle of the Philippines and party and chase women and scuba dive. So I had that ticket and then God saved me. So I was telling my buddies, you know, hey man, Jesus is real and all this. And they're like, man, you on some bad dope. You know, you'll get over this. But I had that ticket. So a pastor at my church got me hooked up with a pastor here in the Philippines. So I came here and worked 2 weeks in an orphanage and just fell in love with the people here. And on the way back, I felt like God was calling me to the Philippines on the plane. You know, So I go to my pastor and I said, is this normal that you get saved and a year later you go on the mission field? And he said, no, it's not normal, but it should be. So the next 2 years, God gave me a free scholarship to a Bible college. So I prepared for the next 2 years. And then it's not good to go out alone, you know. So we were praying. I plan on staying single, but I was praying for another guy to come here with me. And we prayed for a year, nothing happened. And finally, my mission agency in my church said, you need to go. They felt like God told them. I was the first person that my mission agency sent out as a single man. But I wouldn't advise doing that because there's a lot of temptation here with women. You know, so I thank God he gave me a wife. So I needed to get married. You know, there's a lot of beautiful Asian women here. So I wouldn't have. I could write a book on how not to do missions. You know?
Yeah, you'll have to do. Well, don't write a book. Put it up on YouTube as a series on that. Living in the Philippines.
There we go.
How to avoid temptation. How's that?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
That would be good. You know, that's why, you know, I'm pleased that you're back uploading videos on a regular basis now, because I enjoy watching your videos and see how simple life is, you know, because I mean, it is a paradise, isn't it? You know, because there was a video I watched the other week where you were showing an island and you were saying, that's my island, that's where I want to build my house. Well,
yes.
if it's in God's plans, you'll get it.
Well, what happened was the man that we purchased our lot from gave us 100 square meters on that island.
Yeah.
For free. So we'll build a little bamboo hut there, and then, you know, when we want to get away from hustle and bustle, he also give us a boat to use. So we have a boat and we'll just go there. And, you know, sometimes I need to get away. So, and it's okay with my wife. So I'll just go there, no cell phone, just take my Bible and some food and stay, you know, to take a tent and stay there for 2 or 3 days just to unwind. You know, if you're always minister, you're going to get burned out. You got to have a balanced life, you know. But the reason we started putting videos back up is the Philippines has the worst internet in Southeast Asia, but recently they're getting better. So that's how we're able to upload videos. It still takes 30 minutes to upload a 5-minute video, but it's so slow. And then if you use too much data here, they cut you.
Cut you off.
In other words, if I watch, and so I have to. It's called reload. You have to buy a load. So I have to buy another 50 pesos and put it on my phone, take the SIM card out and put it in the device. So
yeah.
Sometimes I'll reload 6 times uploading a 5-minute video.
Yeah, cool.
So,
well, remarkable. You know, well, I'm just pleased that I've had the opportunity and the chance to get to talk to you and learn a bit about you as a person and about the missionary that you do over there in the Philippines. You know, because you're a very different channel to the normal YouTuber.
Yes, sir. Well, it's been a pleasure with me too, and I would like to do this again, except I wanted to ask you the questions. How about that?
Yeah, anytime, Darrell. You now we're hooked up on Hangouts. You can phone me anytime. Just remember that we are 8 hours behind you. Yeah. So are you still there? Can you still hear me? Well, I've enjoyed this chat with Darrell, and he only said about half an hour because he's got to be up and away if he comes back on. I appreciate everybody being in the chat window. Sorry I've ignored you on this, but Darrell's been such an interesting person to listen to and chat with that I really I get so involved with the people who I'm talking to or interviewing that I do miss the chat window a lot. So I'm going to finish the live stream. Hope you've all enjoyed Darrell's interview. It was, I don't usually do 2 or 3 in a week, but this was a time when Darrell could talk to me. So I thank Darrell, and I thank you all who have been in the chat. I'm sorry I missed I was in the background, Jeanette, while I was setting this one up, watching yours with Mel and Chris. So I appreciate you coming over to this, because I thought you'd have carried on doing yours. So I do apologise for interrupting your live stream then, Jeanette. So I'm going to say bye for now. Baz, I will give you a ring over the weekend, because I was away at the daughters, couldn't do your interview, so it will be done this weekend, hopefully. So I'll get in touch with you Friday to arrange a time, and whether it be Saturday or Sunday. So I'm going to finish now. So thanks a lot, everybody. Bye for now.